Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk Antiques here on Thunder Radio. And we're missing one.
He'll be here.
He'll be here.
He's on his way.
He's on his way? Oh, okay. Can we do it without him?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, we're going to be here talking about antiques. I believe we're going to talk about kites. Is that
That's
what you
right.
told me? All right, it's an interesting program
Yeah.
coming up here on Let's Talk Antiques. So let's get going, guys.
All right. Philip, you want to do your little thing?
Hey, I just closed my window. So.
Oh. You don't have it memorized?
timing, no.
Wait a minute now. We've been doing this
Okay, here we go.
every
Do
week.
your little thing about.
Okay, I'm sorry. So let me encourage everybody to check us out on Facebook and YouTube. Facebook is News Leader, Coffee County, and or Let's Talk Antiques, and like, share, repeat. Watch.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends, yeah, and that'll bump us up in the ratings so more people can see us. So, today, so I don't know how many people thought that kites were collectible. You know, I could never get one to last from one year to the next. So
Maybe that's why they're collectible.
it could be. I just completely dropped out right there. I think there you go. Okay.
I think we got a bad switch.
I think so. I think you
I
stuck
think
me
he's
on the
doing
bad
it on
one.
purpose.
Well, you know.
So that's what. Yeah, actually, I got the kite out this last weekend for the kids to play with that we'd bought last year, and somehow it miraculously got a slit down the side of it.
Is
so-
it a plastic one?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
boy.
you know,
They used to
I'm
be
not
made out of
gonna-
paper.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
You know,
even
long
remember
about,
the paper ones.
Used to go in the 5 and dime. You can tell how old I
Well,
am.
it was only $1 at Walmart, actually.
Well,
So-
they were 10 cents or 15
Yeah.
cents.
Yeah.
We used to go in the stores, along about March, and there'd these big boxes of kites
Oh yeah.
and a counter full of string.
Yeah, and remember all the neat things on the front. Like Superman. And,
Yeah, you just put different action heroes, Superman or Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
and
The one that we had the Minions on it. So there you go.
the Minion. Times have changed.
So, it's the same idea.
But we used to get kite, and we'd get home from school and grab our kites, and we'd head out to the big old field that was next to where we lived there, and
There you go.
there'd be 4 or 5 of us, and we'd try to get those suckers as far as we could. We'd just keep adding string to that one.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you remember we had to make our own kite tails?
Yeah, because that thing would get the whipping around, going like this, and then
You had to have a kite tail.
put more and more tails on it,
Mm-hmm.
Was it a pantyhose leg? Is that what it was? Or
Pantyhose?
What was,
They hadn't been
what was-
invented yet.
What was the tail that y'all used? I think
Strips of cloth.
Oh, really? What's that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just get an old shirt.
Seems like that'd
or-
be too heavy. I think I could
and
swear
you
that
cut
I
it into
used,
little strips.
Yeah,
You'd tear it, and then you'd knot them, and
Yeah.
hang them on.
I could swear I stole my mom's pantyhose and cut
Probably,
a leg off of it
yeah.
when I was
Well,
a
you
kid.
might have. It's
Oh,
okay to
She
steal
probably
them.
remembers that more than I do.
I guess it's okay to steal them and make a kite tail.
There you go.
If your mom's all right with it. Yeah, but remember those tails, sometimes they'd be kind of long, wouldn't they?
Yeah, because you'd get way up there. Yeah. Nowadays, I don't see them. Well, the only time I see a kite is when we go to like the ocean. Get on like Gulf Shores or someplace like that. You'll see people flying kites on the beach. But and there's some pretty
Steady
fancy
breeze.
ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
a steady breeze, and some really fancy ones. I've seen that. But gee, kids used to be all the time. Now I guess they're too busy on their
They've got a virtual
electronic.
They've got a virtual kite now. They fly.
They got a
virtual-
electronic kite with a kite on it.
Probably so.
Howard, I don't know. Do you remember how many feet of string was on a row? Because I mean, you could put those kites out there a
Oh yeah,
long
I forget
ways.
now. They were nice big rolls, but
Yeah. Wasn't that like cotton string or
it
what?
was it was like a cotton. It wasn't nylon or
No, it's
or,
strong, though.
Yeah, oh yeah, or what I guess you might see like a fishing line. What is that, mylar or something? I don't know what that stuff.
Yeah,
is.
I don't
But
know.
no, this was just regular old cotton string. Strands, it was wrapped,
Mm-hmm.
which made it real strong, like a cable.
Yeah, and it had this real thin wood, like balsa wood, wasn't it?
Almost.
Yeah, and
For
if
the-
you
for the
stretch
arms.
it, if you bend it too far, making your
It would break.
yeah,
Because you used to make bow them, so you want
Yeah.
them to bow a little bit.
just a little. Then
Yeah.
you tie that string
String
across
the
it.
top, yeah. Oh, that brings
You're
back
above my head. Sorry.
that brings back memories.
Yeah, you couldn't fly a flat
No,
kite.
you can't fly a flat kite.
So, Philip, what happened is when you put
Yeah.
your 2 pieces of wood on there, the center one, you would bow it a little bit so it would fill your kite out. You'd push it
yeah.
out like
Okay.
a shield.
Right.
And
Right.
basically, that's what it looked like.
Yeah,
didn't
it looked like a shield.
Or like an umbrella.
Now there was 2 kinds of kites
Ditches
too.
somewhere.
Remember that? There was the triangular. Well, I guess you might call it triangular shape. And then there was the box kite.
Yeah, that was a fancy one. I never bought one of them.
I never did. I never was able to fly a box kite.
I'd rather have the. Hey, prior to the triangle though, they were flat at the top.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were entirely. Well, I'll tell you a good example. Benjamin Franklin's kite. You ever noticed them?
That was before my time. I wasn't there when he
But
was
hadn't
flying.
you ever
Now,
noticed
what
it?
kind of kite was he flying?
Hadn't you
Just
ever
that you were
noticed
there. No.
Hey, you've never noticed that in the picture? How the shape of that is?
I
more
always
like
look
a-
at the key hanging at the end.
There you go.
It's more like a rectangle.
Oh, okay.
Huh. Okay.
Our
well,
resident
so-
historian.
So let's kind of do a little history about.
Yeah,
them
tell us
and-
about kites here.
Okay. So the history of kite flying stretches back at least 2,000 or 3,000 years to China, where they played a role in military strategy. Made of wood and cloth, these bird-shaped kites were used to calculate distances and to communicate across the battlefield. The earliest written record of a kite dates back to the Han Dynasty, which lasted from 206 BC to around 220 AD. In a book detailing the strategy of General Han, it's mentioned that a kite was flown to measure how far his army would need to tunnel beneath a city wall to surprise the enemy. Over the course of the next few centuries, thanks to China's extensive network of trade routes, kite flying is both a military tool and a fun pastime spread throughout Asia, from India to the Polynesian Islands. So there's a little history. And the High Flyer Kite Company was founded in early 1920s in Decatur, Illinois, by a paper supply salesman named Harvey Sellers. The story goes that Harvey used to make paper kites out of leftover samples for his kids and realized he was onto something. By the 1960s, High Flyer had gone from a one-man basement operation to the largest toy kite manufacturer in the United States. At its height, the company manufactured about 20 million kites per year, an astounding number when you consider there were only about 7 million children in the United States at the time.
Well, you in the course of a season, you might buy 2 or 3. Because something would always happen to them.
Oh, they'd get away. The string break.
Or
you put them in the trees.
Or you bow it too far and break that stick.
Put it in a tree, or the
yeah.
power lines would get it. Or
Yeah.
Shoot, y'all probably set them on fire and put them up too.
That's a great idea. Hey,
Never thought of that.
That was another company though that was competitive with him, but eventually he bought him out, and he lasted to about 1980.
Was that the Wilder Manufacturing Company?
Yeah, I bet it was, and he's the one that made the plastic ones, didn't he?
I
think he did. He made plastic kites.
Oh, okay.
And so he bought the first gentleman out.
I don't have where to jump in on that, but okay, all right. And so they've got all kinds. So believe it or not, kites have been around forever, obviously.
Yeah. And they were used in war.
So you can collect them.
That's interesting.
Got a call.
Oh, we got a call? Oh, all right. Let's see who we got here. I've got to do this. Got to do that and push this. And
There you go.
they're gone.
What'd you do? Hang them up?
I guess so. Sorry about that. Whoever that was.
Hey, so guess in the 1980s, guess who bought the guy out?
Who?
Well, who usually buys out and takes them and makes them cheaper and sends them back to us?
China.
China.
Well, good guess, guys.
Okay.
So what was you going to tell us about it?
Oh, I was going to jump into eBay.
eBay.
Yeah. Hey,
Kites are on eBay?
another thing about kites that people don't realize, somebody else got on the bandwagon.
Oh, really?
Advertising companies.
Oh, yeah.
You remember, matter of fact, I got a Quaker State kite right now.
I have not seen
Really?
a Quaker State.
And
I
I noticed
saw
you
those.
on the front of the book.
Oh,
that you was looking at, your page?
Yeah,
I thought I seen an advertisement.
there's that one too.
Right.
Yeah,
But
we have Metzger's Milk and Butter, American Eagle, an NRA one. Let's see.
so I guess they
where's
gave
the
them
one?
away or something for like a promotional item.
The thing about the NRA one is interesting because it's the older kite, and it's the
It has a cut off top. Yeah, it's like a gosh, I don't know what the proper name for that shape is. It's like a rectangle with the sides cut off at the top.
top.
Yeah,
But you know,
but it
another-
doesn't go to a point at the top. It's like
I don't know
just
if you
the
can read the
size.
date on that. Can you pull that up?
Let's see.
It has a date on it. But the interesting thing about that date is they never changed it. Even the ones that they made on up into the 60s.
Oh, really?
Those are like in the 20s.
I can't see.
That style is. And so they never changed the manufacturing date on them.
Oh, really?
Whether it be the
Yeah.
advertisements or the other one.
Huh.
So if you run up on one and it's got a 1928 or 32 date on it, well, I can't
Doesn't
remember.
necessarily mean it's from
What
that
date's it
time.
got?
It says from the mid 1930s.
Yeah,
In
okay.
the article.
So it actually has that date on it, and
Uh-huh.
so you might have one from 1960
But
that
it
has
was-
the same date, and you're thinking you got a 1930s kite.
Well, maybe the guy that's buying it thinks it's the 1930s, and that's okay.
And they say that you really can't tell
The difference in them. Huh, how about that?
But it also says that the older paper kites aren't good to fly them because the wood gets brittle and
Well,
the
yeah,
paper, you know,
I'm
so
sure that
so
if
there's-
they're very old, that's what happens.
they're
to it.
strictly for collecting at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, one good breeze that, you know, a real sharp puff of wind would snap that thing right in too.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
But the-
now you've done jumped over to our buddy that tells us how much this stuff is sold for, hadn't you?
Oh boy.
I have. So if you didn't tear up your kite, or you actually bought an extra one because you planned on tearing up one of your kites, and you still
Like
got it in
Howard
the closet,
said.
And you
yeah.
kept it.
Yeah. So the highest price vintage one we've got on eBay was 1973 Gala Stingery keel guided plastic kite, purple and yellow. So a 1973 plastic kite. 3 bids, $355.
Oh,
Seems pretty.
which probably, what'd you say it was from 1978?
73.
Oh, 73. You might have paid $1.98 for it.
Maybe.
You know,
Uh,
and that's pretty good return on investment.
Yeah, here's another 1970s Nantucket kite man. It's a Valkyrie Delta 68 inch, yellow and black. They wanted $235, and they got probably around $200 on it. They
Now-
took a best offer on it.
Now these are just regular.
Oh, yeah.
What you used to kids we used to play with. These are not the big fancy.
No.
No,
Look
no,
like
no.
Birds and dragons and
No.
everything else like that.
I don't know about you, Howard, but we never could afford.
Well,
We was in the dime range,
well, yeah.
which was
But
that
I-
was 3 Coke bottles plus a penny.
But I mean, yeah, that's right. We used to do that too. We used to go collect
You had
those
to pick up the
bottles,
Coke bottles to buy the kite.
Ride the kite, yeah.
Here's
And hope you had
a
hope you could also get some penny candy while you were there.
Yeah.
Here's another one of the 73 Stingery. Went for $168 after 5 bids. The Stingeries are still in the plastic container, but the Nantucket one was already out. Let's see. Here's a vintage Gala kite set of 8 Super Bat kites from 1979. These are still in the plastic package. So 8 of those went for $150 to buy it now.
Wow.
Action
my.
Kites Fire Dart Vintage Stunt Kite, dual line in good condition. 4 bids, $102.50. Vintage top of the line kites Hawaiian Team Kite. So something to do with Hawaii theme on it. They wanted $175 and took a best offer, which was right about $100.
My goodness.
Here's a lot of 17 vintage high flyer paper kites with original display box and ad. New. $100.
That's pretty reasonable there.
Yeah, 17 of them for $100. That's
Yeah.
a good deal.
No, I'd be interested in that one. See, I could sell some of those. I'd sell one to David there for $50.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. And it's got a space design on. Actually, it kind of looks like a pizza, but in the red spots of it, they have like a space station and Saturn and some stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it says High Flyer on them.
Used to be like birds or something on a lot of them too.
Oh yeah,
wasn't it?
eagles.
Eagles, that's what it was.
The
Like a
bald eagle?
bird. So it looked like when it was up in the sky, you look up at it, it was like a bird flying up there.
Here's a 1975 Gala Bi-Star from 1975 with a 4-foot wingspan. It's still in the plastic, and if you can see, it was $2 new. 7 bids, $107.50. So
How about that? Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to take a break here.
We'll get back to some more pricing.
Yeah, get back to some more pricing. And you're.
Hey, so when we was kids, we took a stick to wind our string up.
Yeah.
But now I've noticed on these sales that actually they have those fancy ones that you could actually tie your string and it will roll it out and you could crank it up.
Oh, never had one of those. We had a stick, and it would get knotted and twisted up after a while.
Oh yeah. All right, with that, we're going to take that break.
We'll be right back with more Let's Talk Antiques.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in, get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy pick.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, we're back here with Let's Talk Antiques. We've been talking about kites and bringing back memories from when we were our childhood, for some of us anyway.
Heck yeah.
I still like to fly kites.
Yeah, I haven't tried it lately.
I haven't done it lately, but
Yeah.
I always like to.
Can you still buy kites?
I guess.
At like Walmart or something?
Yeah, that's where I got the one last year.
So you had some more good prices on some of those kites.
Oh yeah. And I've tried to find like some 1,000-year-old Chinese ones, but they're not on here.
Well, you'd have to go all the way back to the 5th century BC
Well,
to get the original kite.
You know what? Here's the
There may be a few of them in some tombs
I
somewhere.
don't know. You know, that paper, of course, there is old paper. But when it comes to those cheap-made kites, I don't know.
So they originally made them out of silk.
Hey, I tell you what, I don't know about you, Howard, but when I was growing up, we really couldn't afford that dime sometimes, so we'd take a newspaper, and fold it.
Yeah, you should try to make them. They didn't fly as good because I guess the paper was
I think
heavier.
I tried to do that once, and I
It
gave
didn't
up
work
pretty
as
quick.
good, but I have done that. And of course, once you got one and you get a rip and stuff, you start taping it or gluing it, and they weren't as flyable.
Yeah.
They didn't seem like
We did make them out of newspapers, but you're right, they didn't fly it well.
not as well.
But
we, I remember we got I don't know where we heard, but somewhere there was there's kite wars. There used to be battles between kite, and you could take your string and you put salt, soak it in water and put salt on it, and then it made it abrasive. See, so then you would try to get your kite over and try to rub on the other guy's cord and break his. Of course, what it ended up, you'd end up losing both of them because it broke.
I was going to say, it seems like you just...
So somehow I remember us doing that. It didn't really work out too good for any of us, but kites were big. I mean, you just see them all over the place in the especially March. The March winds and I guess early April. But I don't know. Like I say, other than going to the beach, I don't remember the last time I saw a kite flying in the neighborhood.
all right, so I found the World Series Cup the gentleman called us about.
Okay.
On the
that
break.
was during the break, yeah.
Yeah, now these have not sold, but this is some that they've got listed. They're from $11.50, $12, and the cheapest one is $3, from $3 to $12. So the price range is a little.
This is collector's cups from when the Braves were in
Yeah, the
World Series.
1995 World Series Cup. Yeah. And let's see. Here's one that actually did sell, and it brought $7 because it's $3 plus $4 shipping.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Well, you gotta. It's pretty big. You gotta protect it, so it's probably legitimate $4 shipping on it.
yeah.
well, and that's the only one that has sold. So
Yeah.
so from $3 to $12 is the asking price.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
All right.
See,
They probably produced a bunch of those, I'll bet.
you think so?
I have an idea.
So y'all were talking about vintage kite string. Here is a very rare vintage store counter display, a wing-ding kite string
Wing-ding.
with
like it.
18 new old stock spools on
Wow.
it. And these look like fishing line. These are some kind of plastic nylon something. It says 200 yards, 20-pound test on it.
That's 600 feet.
And it's only $100. So
Yeah.
Only $100.
I never used plastic. I remember the string
Ours-
I ever had was just
ours-
regular string.
That's because we couldn't afford that high dollar
Well,
stuff.
I know.
yeah, I think when I was a kid that the strings were plastic, but the kite that we bought recently had just a regular cotton string.
Cotton string.
How many feet? Do you remember how many feet was in that row?
I couldn't tell you. Oh, this one here is 200 yards.
Yeah, I know,
But the one that I had, it just came wrapped on the little
Yeah.
handle.
Handle, yeah.
So I couldn't tell you.
Well, we used to buy extra rolls and splice them together, get that sucker up there as high as we could.
yeah.
And like I say, eventually it'd all get all tangled up.
Y'all were more professional than I
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, they would go pretty high.
They would.
But they was always at an angle.
Oh, at an angle,
So
yeah.
you could be a quarter of a mile.
Way out, yeah.
Yeah.
And not necessarily that high in the air. It appeared to be high, but probably you weren't that high in the air.
That's
but you were
because it's so far away.
So far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I've got a six different models of guided kites, new in box or new in the package, 1980s Gala kite set. This says it's keel guided Astro Rover. It's got American flag on it and some kind of odd thing off the front, probably to help it fly better. Is the idea at least. $95 for that pack of 6 there. And here is y'all's string. Here we go. Let me pull this up all the way. Okay, vintage high flyer kite string counter display, full box, 12 rolls of cord, 300-foot high flyer kite cord.
That's about right. 300
Let's see.
feet. That's a long ways up, though.
That is.
Guaranteed. This cord is guaranteed strong enough to fly 4 high flyer kites on one cord.
Wow.
There you go.
Never
So-
tried that. I never tried more than one kite at a time.
Yeah.
Now this went for only $137 on that one. So
But it's a good looking display.
it is nice, and it's got what is it? 12
Unopened rolls.
spools of I guess kind of brown cord.
I bet it was white to start with.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's a 4 vintage high flyer unopened wood and paper Uncle Sam kites from Decatur, Illinois. They had a buy it now of $80 for that, and I'd say they got that really quick for the cord. And looking at the prices of the plastic ones that aren't as old
I
as that
noticed
one.
Ronnie's got a $14.99. What's that one, Ronnie?
That's an advertising kite from Tennessee. It's for Jeb's Barbecue.
I'll be done.
$14.99, one bid.
Go ahead, Philip. You guys.
So I was trying to find something unusual. Here's a. Let's see. We've already had some of those. Vintage 1980s flex foil power kite, 6 foot in original bag with paperwork. This looks like it's going to be made into a box because it's completely rectangular for the fabric, and it's sold for, let's see, they wanted $75, took a best offer, which is somewhere between $55 and $65. So, let's see. Here's a 1981 Hoot Owl 42-inch wide, unopened plastic kite. This was 2 bids at $51.02. They bid like I do on eBay.
Yeah.
Well, there you are, Howard. There's your bird.
Yeah, the bird.
Vintage large wooden kite string reel spool. So here's a nice fancy wooden holder for your kite string. Yeah, $50.
Huh.
So that's an unusual.
Oh my.
Here's a lot of 5 assorted high flyer paper kites. Space designs, new, only one opened.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted $65 and they settled for $50. Here's another high flyer kite cord string counter display with 24 rolls in this one, and it went for $50. Gala, here's the Bat keel guided plastic kite, 42-inch wingspan, 1975, $50. So there were the high ones going for $300, but
I found a bargain.
But they seem pretty steady at $50
$50
yeah.
for
I found a bargain.
What you got there?
It's a high flyer, a counter display. And
Well, that's the one I have.
Well, you
Oh,
gotta
is that
have a
one?
good.
Yeah, okay.
You gotta have one. To
Well,
go
I
with
ain't
your
found no
kite.
bargain. Keep going.
Oh my.
Here's another kite cord display that's not as fancy. That went for $38.50. So
Oh, yeah.
there you go. So that's that one there.
Now you've been looking up the triangular kite. What about box kites? Are any of those listed, or
Well,
as a box kite?
no.
Because it seems to me the box kites actually would go higher, but I
They're
was never able to fly
apparently
them.
not as collectible.
Not as collectible. I think the other the triangular, where were we going to call it?
Yeah.
It had more artwork on it. Wasn't it?
A lot fancier.
Yeah, a lot fancier than the box kites
Yeah,
that
you
I
could-
remember. They
remember
were,
you could look up and see it, though. That's why.
Yeah.
The box kite, it was four-sided, narrow on
yeah,
one side.
and but they did seem to go higher. Those people that could ever get one to fly, but I never tried. It seemed
I
like
think
it
there
was
was
hard.
more skill involved than just running
yeah.
with those.
I think most people are like me. They remember the old
Yeah.
kite, the regular kite.
And before we go to a break, let me throw out just a couple of these new kites. 2018 3D 45 square yards of fabric on this. One-line stunt parafoil trilobite. So it looks like some kind of monster from the sea monster type thing, and they're out on the beach with it in the picture. $680 was to buy it now.
Wow.
For one of those big massive things on the beach.
Yeah, you see some really fancy ones.
Yeah, it looks like
sometimes.
you could just about do parasailing with this thing.
Yeah.
It's so big. And then there's a Prism Zephyr stunt kite. 40 bids on that went for $621. And
Wow.
it looks like a modern style kite, but apparently there's something special about it.
Yeah, at that price there is.
And then there's another large 15 meter worth of fabric. It's called a Devilfish kite. It went for $500 as to buy it now. So you can spend some good money on those ones at the beach, but actually $680 is cheaper than I expected them to be.
Yeah, I did too, because I've seen some really fancy ones.
But these are last year's models, and they're coming from China. So
Oh well, that explains.
By the way,
Yes.
Ben Franklin's kite was a diamond shape.
Diamond shape. Does it come with a key?
The key's there.
I never had enough nerve to fly it in the one that was lightning. All right, we'll be right back with more Let's Talk Antiques.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy pick.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, we're back here with Let's Talk Antiques, and we're going to change the subject, I think.
Well, we went from kites, but now we noticed there was a sale. And at this sale, this one particular battery-operated robot. Now, we're talking about something made in Japan, Howard.
Oh.
In the 50s and 60s, you know.
You see
Japan. You see my little car, right?
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
You know, that's a Japan.
Yeah.
But anyway, this one particular robot, Philip, how much that thing bring?
$86,100 for
Wow.
one of those
Now, is this
little
like
toys.
a toy or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a toy robot.
Just like my little car that you seen
yeah,
on.
just like a little car.
Now, Ronnie has found some more of those that sold at Morphe's auction.
Same place, yeah. Same
Okay.
auction company.
So what'd they bring?
Earlier auction. Okay, now all 5 of them, that machine man was a part of a set of 5
Right.
of those robots.
But there's only one machine man in the 5. You got the names of the others?
Bro,
I got them.
Oh, you got them? What's the names of the others?
Target, Machine Man, Radicon, Giant Sonic, and Nonstop are the 5 in the set.
In the set. And Ronnie, you said this particular set.
Brought $45,600 at Morphe's.
Wow.
But that one, the $86,000 one, had never been had the box, never been played with.
Yeah, it was nice.
One of them kind.
Oh, yeah.
Now, these are toys from the 50s and 60s we're talking about.
Now, it's a pretty big toy. It's 15 inches though.
Yeah.
The Machine Man
Battery
isn't like one of those 3 or 4 inch tall ones. He's a pretty big one.
Yeah. I wonder how many batteries he took, Philip.
You lost me on that.
Probably D batteries too, not
Yeah,
double
if it's
A.
15 inch, yeah, probably so.
If he was that old, see?
Might have been a 12 volt or the lantern
Yeah,
battery.
lantern battery in there.
So let me see. So he is. It was fully functional. The original owner, in near mint condition.
One owner for Howard.
The fully operational Machine Man moved multi-directionally with a bump and go action. Its eyes, mouthpiece, and ears illuminated as the arms moved back and forth in classic robot action. In the 1950s, Masuda Corporation of Japan, a leading builder of mechanical and battery-operated toys following World War II, created the Gang of 5, which are these 5 robots that were so valuable. They were considered a gang because they shared identical body types and drive devices. Machine Man is counted as the pinnacle due to its rarity. It was made as a special order by an American importer in a limited edition and was never marketed by Masuda. So there you go.
And these are not remote control. These are bump.
Yeah,
They just go across, bump into something, turn around, go through his actions and stuff.
Like my little car. That's
yeah,
how
like
it
your
does.
little car. Yeah. My goodness.
And some other toys sold at the auction was a Lionel number 3300 electric rapid transit. It's a summer trolley car.
Yeah.
Sold for $11,970.
Oh my!
And it was expected to bring $2,500. So somebody was really happy.
Somebody
about
really
that.
wanted that.
And
Yeah.
That's a real surprise.
Somebody got carried away.
Yeah.
Here's a tin lithograph Batman tank by Yonezawa. One of the rarest Batman toys known.
Can you say that again?
Yeah,
No,
Yoni
not even
Yonezawa?
try. No. It was estimated to go between $2,000 and $4,000, and it sold for $14,760.
Good grief.
Now, here's an odd one: is a J.E. Stevens milking cow cast iron bank, made in a thin base variation. So it's cast iron, just a little boy milking a cow, and it sold for $49,200.
Oh my!
Man,
How much did the magician bring?
A magician.
cast iron bank,
it's a
too.
cast iron mechanical bank with a partial of the original box sold for $49,200. A large 3-stage ribbon swirl marble that was 2 3/8 inches in diameter sold for $6,000.
Now this is a marble.
Yeah.
You used to play marbles, but it has the little curly cue in the
Oh
middle.
yeah,
right?
this is that beautiful swirl inside of it, and it was 2 3/8 inches in diameter.
Oh,
So
that was a big one.
That's
Yeah.
a pretty massive marble.
Yeah.
And a very scarce white owl rendition. Owl turns its head, cast iron mechanical bank, sold for $22,140.
Yeah, see, in the early 1900s, you could buy the cast iron stuff at the hardware store.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
banks.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
And there was a collection of a variety of lead and die-cast toy soldiers.
Yeah.
There are like, how many pieces are there? There's probably 2 dozen pieces of it, just little toy soldiers. They were expected to bring between $4,000 and $8,000 and sold for $28,800.
Oh my.
Do you have any of those little lead?
No, but I can remember throwing some of those away when I was a kid, breaking them up.
Did you really?
No, you look back. I think I used to have a bunch of marbles. I think probably had some of those marbles.
Hey, you remember you could buy the molds for them lead soldiers, and you could melt that lead and pour your own soldiers?
Do you know I have
not
that?
know
I
that.
do have that.
Yeah.
I have the little melting pot, and I got the
Yeah.
molds.
You could actually make your own little soldiers.
Oh, wow.
Couldn't
Yeah,
you?
the kids were smarter in those days.
Is that why you're
Because-
so weird
because-
now as you were playing with lead all your childhood?
Well, yeah, that has something to do with it. But the other thing is that you had a little melting pot,
Yeah.
Sure.
and you heated up the melted lead. Now that's hot, and you pour it in the mold. And you made your own toys.
Yeah, made your own
Now they're
little,
afraid kids will hurt themselves.
Made your own
what
little-
has happened?
You made your own little army.
Made your little. I got one of those.
Did you? And you could paint them up. Don't you remember?
You could do whatever you want with
Yeah,
them.
most
and the molds, you could get different molds. Some were soldiers, and some were different, animals.
Cowboys and Indians
Yeah.
and all kind of different stuff.
We don't have cowboys and Indians anymore.
No.
You could start making them.
What is it? It's
It's Native Americans.
indigenous people. And what is the cowboy? He's some kind of engineer.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah, they've changed it.
bovine engineer?
Yeah, yeah. Or so. I'm sorry, I got off.
Sorry, okay.
That's probably not politically correct. I'm sorry.
Well, evidently it must be.
But anyway, I got that. I'll bring that next week,
All right.
and we can make some soldiers here right on the.
Better than that, won't you make a few and bring them over?
Oh,
And then
Absolutely.
bring,
I need some lead. That's what. Well, there's a guy out of I think he's over Lynchburg way. He
Well,
got
you-
clean lead.
I can
for
get you a
sale.
few blocks of lead.
But anyway, you could do stuff like that in the old days.
So did you? We went to the robots. Did you go to the robots? We're gonna see. You heard how much that 86,000, and you heard the 45,000.
Yeah.
Or you can get a Machine Man comic book for $33.50.
But so let's just see
Number
what.
one.
Well, yeah.
Let's see. How old do we pre-1970?
Did you put Japan battery operated robot?
No, that was way too detailed.
Yeah. But you'll get how many items you got the way you did it? Looks like you got
1,300.
Oh my goodness.
Well, let's stick with what you got there.
Okay. Now the only thing in mine gives me the option of pre and post 1970.
Yeah, but they're not battery operated.
Okay. All right.
Let's at least add battery in
Okay.
there.
All right.
Yeah, probably had some wind-up ones at one time.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of that, Mark's Toy Company. He was sharp. Battery operated toys.
Mm-hmm.
Mark's come up in the 30s and made it was two things. You wound the mechanism to make the car go or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had one of those big batteries. What did you call that? The big one.
The lantern
The
battery.
lantern
No,
battery,
no,
or
the
the D battery.
D battery.
Yeah, the bigger
And
flashlight
that
battery.
run the siren and lights.
Oh, I see.
So he was the first one to really come up with battery operated anything.
Yeah.
All right. I've got a Ultra 7 10 battery operated 12-inch Bullmark vintage Ultraman. The buy it now on that was $2,100. It looks like in pretty good condition. And then I've got a vintage Mr. Hustler robot with box. Says it's mint in box. Works. Shihorakawa, Japan, 1960s made.
You speak perfect Japanese.
Yeah, I could get along very well over there. 14 bids, $835.
Well, Ronnie's got one to top you on that. It's a high price.
I got a new old
NOS.
stock. Original Yonezawa Moon Patrol X5 space vehicle. Now this one's battery operated and it has the box and it works. Brought $2,495.
Can we call that
We
$2,500?
can call it that all day long.
Because you got $18 worth of shipping.
Yes.
Yep.
And a rare X70 Tulipid robot from 1960s Japan. $1,100.
Well, you got anything close to that 1,100?
I get not quite that much, but I got this is one that I've seen before. Is Vintage Robot Line Mar Company. It's a 10 robot battery operated smoking one, and I've seen this, like the little guy, and he has like a, out of his mouth is a grill, and I've seen that on collector shows or something like that before with them showing off this one. I don't know at the moment. Let me see if I can look it up.
Does it have battery? It has batteries.
Yeah.
Anyway, they wanted $800, and they got a little less than that. Vintage lights up, no rust, 12-inch tall. Cannot get him to walk. Oh, that probably hurt him.
Yeah.
It doesn't explain how it smokes.
That Hustler robot you was talking about a minute ago, was that the one that Ronnie's got here, the one in the box? Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I had about 8 of those at one time.
Oh, really?
I think whatever was in I don't know if it was a half of a case or a case, but I had them up at the restaurant.
Of Mr. Hustlers?
And that $800 a piece.
Yeah.
Wow.
$835
Yeah.
a piece.
Yep.
I think I give like $40 or $50 a piece for them, and I bought them all.
You done well.
Yeah, well, I would now, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you hadn't already gotten rid of them.
Are we about at kind of at a breaking place here?
We can break anytime you want to
We're
break.
at the
You're
breaking
in
point.
charge of it.
I am?
Yeah.
I didn't think anybody was in charge of this group. We'll be right back with more Let's Talk Antiques.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy pick.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Well, we're back, it looks like, and we're still talking robots.
Well,
now?
we're going to just
Robots
one more
and camping,
robot.
Right? Robots and camping, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about just that one real quick robot,
Okay.
but then we're going to give you
Me?
an old movie test.
Now-
Oh, boy.
Robbie the robot, all right, with a blaster, a socket, 10-toy battery operated, brought $590 on eBay. But now, this one is brand new, but there was one that sold on Morphe's for $10,000.
Good grief.
So I guess this guy jumped all over that and for $590.
Well, I guess
Even though
so.
it was new, it's the same robot.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you're better off to run an auction instead of doing to buy it now.
Why, Lord?
But with that, you ready? We're going to give old Howard a movie test.
A movie test. huh?
How well do you know your movie monster trivia?
No.
Go ahead, Philip.
We'll start back in your
Give
teenage
him an
years
easy
here.
one.
A classic of silent cinema, The Lost World from 1925.
Wait a minute. Yeah, whoa. Silent.
Let's skip up and
Classic
get him,
silent. That makes it old.
get him one.
I know I'm old, but I'm not that old. They were talking when I went.
Yeah, you watch the talkies.
All
Dude,
right,
how about
okay.
1956? You feel comfortable with
Well,
56?
56, yeah, okay.
Okay.
In 1956, Godzilla King of the Monsters, a
Yep.
recut of Japan's original Gojira from 1954, was released in the United States. Shoehorned into the film was a subplot about an American reporter in Tokyo. What actor, who was a future TV lawyer, played that reporter?
Raymond Burr?
That's it. You're good. Try it.
Ka-ching.
Go ahead.
There you go. Okay, great. Allison Hayes portrayed the behemoth in the 1958 low-budget cult film Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
Remember that? You remember that?
I do. I remember.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
What
Yeah.
what splashy actress played the title character in the 1993 made-for-TV remake? Anna Nicole Smith, Shannon Tweed, Daryl Hannah, or Lucy Lawless?
Daryl Hannah?
That's
got it.
exactly right. Is he good?
I tell you, we thought we were going to. I'm going to go back to this 1925 one, so you missed one.
Keep working him, Marilyn.
All right, the original King Kong, released in 1933, is one of the most famous giant monster movies. Was it called? Oh, okay, hang on. Oh no, I'm sorry, I completely messed that
We
up.
don't confuse him.
Okay.
I'm confused.
Okay, in what film did Godzilla use his patented atomic breath to fly in pursuit of his airborne enemy? Was that Godzilla vs. Hedorah, 1971? Godzilla vs. Gigan, 1972? Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla in 1974? Or Terror of Mechagodzilla in 1975?
Oh, boy. Now that I don't know.
That flew straight over my head.
Yeah.
It was Godzilla vs. Hedorah.
Hedorah.
The movie, which had an overt anti-pollution message, was released in the U.S. in 1972 as Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster.
Oh, I remember that one. No, I don't.
Okay, what is number 10? Read number 10 to him.
In the original 1933 version of King Kong, the big fella climbed the Empire State Building. In the 1976 remake starring Jessica Lange, what skyscraper did he scale? Reunion Tower, the Chrysler Building, the World Trade Center, or the New York Times Building?
New York Times building.
I was going to give you a hint that it wasn't there no more.
It's
the World Trade
the
Center.
World Trade.
Yeah.
I started to say that, but I thought that's too obvious. But yeah, that would have been the biggest building in the city at that time.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Okay.
he's still doing good.
All right, we'll go up to a little newer one here. And Steven Spielberg's blockbuster dino classic pick, Jurassic Park from 1993.
You did watch it, right, Howard?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
A
have seen it.
Tyrannosaurus Rex gobbles up a lawyer who is sitting on what? A park bench, a recliner, a toilet, or a motorcycle?
Toilet.
There you go.
I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try him out on something.
He said that the actor played by Martin Ferraro, who once told USA Today that he will probably always be known as the guy who died on the toilet.
I say he's right.
I bet that's
Okay. And you probably didn't see Starship Troopers, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
1997?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Now, if you didn't.
We'll give it to Ronnie. If
Yeah,
you
well,
want.
no,
Yeah.
let Howard. Ask Howard, but Ronnie, you help Howard. Okay?
In Starship Troopers 1997, the military sci-fi film based on the 1959 Robert Heinlein novel of the same name, futuristic soldiers battled giant robots, bugs, apes, or lizards.
Now, you two work together.
Bugs.
You're right.
There you go.
They hated bugs.
They did what?
They hated the bugs.
Oh.
They was hunting the
I think
queen bug.
Yeah,
Did
I
they
think
find
I've
her?
seen parts of that or something.
Yeah, they
somewhere.
ended up killing the queen bug.
Yeah.
No, they took her out and studied her, I think.
Oh,
Something like that.
that's so that she could escape and have a sequel if ever wanted to make
Yeah.
one. See, that's producer was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, 1953, a Rhedosaurus awakened by an atomic bomb testing wreaks havoc in a blank amusement park located in Brooklyn. Is it a Six Flags, a Disney World, Coney Island, or SeaWorld?
Be Coney Island.
There you go.
It has to be Coney
Island.
Island. That's the only one in New York, I think. Hey, we got about a minute or so to go.
All right, so let's give him one more real quick. Now, Ronnie, you help him if you can.
Okay, so in the classic 1925 Lost World, creator based on Arthur Conan Doyle, in the film, a brontosaurus rampages through London, destroying what iconic structure? The Sears Tower, the Tower Bridge, the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Do that again. What the tower or something?
Just do it by number, 1, 2, 3, or 4.
The Sears Tower.
No.
The Tower Bridge.
Tower Bridge.
There you go. That was
That's
it.
the only one in London.
Yeah, that's the only one in London. The others are somewhere else in the world.
Well, with that, between you and Ronnie, y'all really know your movie stuff.
Well,
Hey, you did
Yeah, I
you did
guess
pretty
so.
good on that one. Yeah. No doubt. All
luck
right.
was on my side. Well, I guess we got to call it quits for this week, and we'll be back next week with
Hey, do you
more.
want to, next week, do you want to have this same kind of stuff going on, this movie trivia stuff, and let your swap and shop buddies call in and help you?
No, let's not do that. Well, we'll be back with next week with more Let's Talk Antiques, and we'll have another surprise topic for you. Take care and be safe out there. Bye-bye.